Have you ever wondered what it really takes to build lasting wealth? I'm not talking about some get-rich-quick scheme, but deep, meaningful prosperity. Well, today, we're going to find out by digging into the timeless wisdom from John Soforic's amazing book, The Wealthy Gardener. Right off the bat, the book gives us this incredible central metaphor. Just forget all the chaos of Wall Street for a second and picture a quiet, peaceful vineyard. What Soforic is saying is that wealth isn't about frantic, crazy action. It's about patient, deliberate cultivation, day after day. So, first things first, Section 1, the gardener's mindset. Because, before you can even think about planting anything, you've got to prepare the soil. It all starts in your head. And that preparation starts with a really fundamental choice. On one hand, you can take the easy route and blame your circumstances, the economy, your boss, anything. Or you can take the path of the wealthy gardener and accept total personal responsibility for your financial life. That's it. That's the first, absolutely crucial step. This right here is the core of what Soforic calls the law of income. And the idea is actually super simple. If you want to earn more, you first have to become more. As you grow your skills, your discipline, and the value you bring to the world, your external wealth just naturally follows your internal growth.
So, how do you actually cultivate that personal growth? The answer is discipline. But listen, we're not talking about some heroic, one-time massive effort. We're talking about the small, almost boring, consistent actions. Saving a little from every single paycheck, reading for 30 minutes a day, making that one extra call. That's the stuff that builds the foundation. And of course, the opposite is true too. A gardener can't just decide to take a season off and expect a harvest, right? And neither can you with your finances. A few months of just letting things slide can compound into a massive, massive setback years down the road. Consistency really is everything.
Okay, so now that our soil is all prepped and ready, it's time for Section 2, planting the seeds. This is where we actually start tending to our financial vineyard. But hold on, you can't plant anything valuable if the ground is choked with weeds. And in the financial world, those weeds are debt. It's the primary obstacle that prevents any real growth from ever taking root. Soforic lays out a pretty simple 3-step game plan for this. First, you have to stop creating new debt by living below your means. Simple, but not easy. Next, build up a small financial reserve, a little cushion, so that one flat tire doesn't completely derail all your progress. And finally, you have to break the mental habit of consumerism that got you into debt in the first place. And now, this is where it gets really exciting. Once those weeds of debt are gone, you have clear ground. Your focus shifts from playing defense, just trying to survive, to playing offense. It is time to start planting the seeds that will actually produce a harvest. So what are these seeds? You might be thinking, okay, stocks, real estate. But that's not it, not at its core. The true seeds of wealth are planted when you shift your whole focus from what can I get to what can I give. Wealth just becomes the natural byproduct of solving problems and genuinely serving other people. Okay, so you've planted these seeds of value. Now something incredible, an almost magical natural force starts working for you. It's the single most powerful ally any gardener has, and it works 24/7 even when you're sleeping. And that force is time. This is the magic of the compound effect, and our vineyard metaphor explains it perfectly. Those small seeds you plant today, they don't just grow in a straight line. They grow exponentially. The earlier you start, the crazier the results are going to be later on. Seriously, $1 invested when you're 20 is just way more powerful than one invested when you're 40. But here's what's so powerful. This isn't just a money thing. This is a life thing. It applies to everything. A daily workout compounds into good health. A daily kind word compounds into a strong relationship. Every single small, consistent action you take is being magnified by time. Which brings us to our final section, the harvest of freedom. I mean, after all this work, preparing the soil, pulling the weeds, planting the seeds, what is it all for? No, really, think about that for a second. Is the goal just to have a bigger number in your bank account? A nicer car? What is the actual honest-to-goodness point of all this discipline and hard work? The book's answer is so clear and so powerful. The goal isn't the money itself. Money is just a tool. The real prize, the true harvest we are all working towards, is freedom. Because what wealth really lets you do is buy back your number one asset, the only one you can never, ever get more of, your time.
Money is simply the tool that you use to regain control over your days, your focus, and ultimately, your life. And what does that harvest of freedom actually look like in real life? Well, it's freedom from that constant, nagging stress about bills. It's the freedom to choose work that has a purpose, that you actually care about. And maybe most importantly, it's having the time for the people and the projects that truly, truly matter to you. And this quote, wow, it just puts the whole philosophy into perspective, doesn't it? The goal isn't just to grow money. It's to cultivate life itself. This whole process is about building a more intentional, more meaningful, and richer life. So the final question I have for you isn't about what you learned. The real question is this. If you look at your own life as a garden, what one small seed are you going to plant today?